Hey there, hey there, hey there. I am going to be making you banana pudding. Found this recipe about 2 holidays ago. This is my third time making it, and it's so good, and it's instant. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you know what I put in it. There's some things that you're gonna see that I did not use. I just had it out. But first things first, I'm gonna use 2 cups of cold whole milk. Then I'm gonna add that can of that sweetened condensed milk with the whole milk. And once I do that, I'm going to add in my instant pudding mix, and the flavor I got was vanilla. I know typically people do use the banana pudding, the banana flavor, but I find it to be like it doesn't taste to me as homemade as it could be. But anywho, you can do the banana, I do the vanilla, and the pack that I use, I want to say is the 5-ounce pack, like the big box, not that little box. So once I put all of those ingredients in a bowl, I'll go ahead and whisk like I'm doing now. Whisk with the whisk. I don't use the blender. I find the whisk is a little bit more, it doesn't create as many bubbles into the pudding mix. So I like doing that. You can tell when it starts thickening up. I want to say it says about 5 minutes of whisking or so. So just gonna whisk it up until it gets pretty thick. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just let it sit in the refrigerator when I'm done. So I'll mix it. What kind of banana pudding do you guys like? Are y'all a instant pudding, banana pudding, or team, from scratch? Like, what's your favorite banana pudding? How you like your banana pudding? Alright, so when y'all drop down in the comments and let me know how you guys like your banana pudding, I went ahead and pulled out this bowl, and I got my blades. I just took them out from the refrigerator. I let it sit in there for about 10 to 15 minutes. Per a couple of recipes that I saw when it came to making your own whipped topping, it requires you to chill the bowl and whatever utensil that you're going to use to actually mix it. So I went ahead and grabbed that when I put it in the refrigerator, and I went ahead and poured 3 whole cups of heavy whipping cream and a half a cup of powdered sugar. So I pulled out my blender. Now I'm blending this now because this is a different ball game, and you want to create stiff peaks when you are doing your whipped cream. Now I remember when I used to hear stiff peaks. I'm like, what is a stiff peak? Basically a mountain, right? So you'll see when you're blending it, it's creating those bubbles like it is now. Like it's getting really airy, and as I blend it, you're gonna see the texture of it get thicker. Just gonna go ahead and blend. It's super exciting. You will, if you're doing this for the first time, you're gonna feel like you might be doing it wrong. Don't give up. Keep going. Just keep blending. Just keep going. Don't slow down. What do they say? Trust the process. Sped this up a little bit. You see it's thickening up as we're talking. It's not there quite yet, but it's almost there. You're gonna tell when it's done. Go ahead and blend that up. And the way that I check if it's at the consistency that I want it to be when I'm doing my whipped cream is basically when I tap it So I blended it up some more here. And when I do that, I stop my blender. I leave the blades. I kind of grab it like that and tap it down. That's how I know it's how I want it. You see how it just sat on top of the rest of the whipped cream? That's exactly how I want it. I did add 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract. That wasn't in the video, but I did that and mixed that up real quick. And we got the whip ready, and we got our pudding ready. Now look how thick that pudding is. Good, right? So now we're gonna put our homemade whipped cream, and we're going to put that into our vanilla pudding mix, and we're creating our cluster. Make sure you guys get a good view of that. And we're gonna fold them in. I kind of softly stirred, but ideally I was just softly mixing all the whip that I've made with my vanilla pudding custard. So vanilla pudding to make my custard. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It looks so soft and airy. I love banana pudding, but I'm not supposed to be making it a lot. I only am supposed to make this during the holidays, but I may have to double back on this one because 4th of July we did make a few plates for people, and we didn't have that much left. So, and needless to say, it was a hit. Go ahead and put the rest of our whipped topping and our pudding. Yeah, we're gonna get all that out. We're gonna get all that. Yep. I'm just gonna keep stirring. Get all that mixed in, so there's no streaks of the banana pudding and no streaks of the whipped topping. It's all one. Do you guys prefer the banana pudding mix or the vanilla pudding mix? I think the vanilla gives it a nice touch, and it's not an overpowering banana flavor. Like, the only thing that's going to have banana flavor is the actual bananas that's going into the pudding. All right, so now that we got that done, our next step is cutting up our bananas. I got 4 pretty nice size. At the time I bought them, which was, I want to say the day before 4th of July, maybe 2 days before. 2 days before 4th of July, they were pretty green, so I wanted them, well, they had a little green, not a lot, but enough that I saw the green, so it will be ripe when I got ready to cut it up. I don't know what happened to that banana. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of irritated me because I'm like, what in the world happened to my banana? But don't worry, we're gonna work with it too. We're gonna work with that though. So now I'm pulling up the bananas. They were already rinsed. I'm just gonna line them up here. Okay, and grab me a knife, a nice sharp knife. And I'm gonna like kind of cut the tips off, and any of those strings that are hanging off the banana or on, like, that I can see, I'll go ahead and pull those out. So I'm just like inspecting a banana real quick before I cut them. Yeah, let me go ahead and cut that off because it's just ruining my whole vibe right now. So I'll cut that up. Still gonna use it though. And that banana is okay. So now I'm gonna go ahead and cut the ends off because we don't want ends on our banana pudding. No. And the one that I already cut the bottom off, I mean, I basically cut the end off of that too. I'm gonna make pretty thin. I like thin banana slices. So I want to say that might be a fourth of an inch. I'm totally suck at estimating widths and measurements is the word I was looking for, but whatever. You cut them how thick you like. I personally like the thinner slices, but again, it's gonna be your banana pudding, so you do what you like, you do what you want. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it. And ideally, I do 4 layers of banana pudding. So for each layer, I'll say I'll use a banana. But for this recipe, I didn't even need all of the bananas that I did cut. So a little less than 3 bananas, a little less than 4 bananas is all you need. So if you like a lot of bananas, go for 5 bananas. If you kind of like me, you like them evenly in there, not overly powering in your pudding, just go ahead and add your 4. If you really are not a fan of bananas, but you kind of like the flavor, then put 2 or 3 bananas. You're going to spread it out amongst each layer. So you'll be fine with that. So now that I got all my bananas cut, some of banana puddings cut, bananas cut, I'm going to take out my bowl. We're going to pull out those vanilla wafer cookies. And we're also going to pull out those chestnut cookies. I don't know why I didn't capture on the video, but we're gonna use those cookies to layer our banana pudding. And first we're gonna layer it with our vanilla wafers along the bottom and on the sides. And I like to do it on the sides because that helps me measure out my pudding, so I won't pass the cookies that are alongside until the bowl until I go to the next layer. So go ahead and watch me do what I do. Go ahead and add that on there. Boop. Nice and creamy. You see, I'm just putting it alongside the edges first to keep those cookies standing up, and then I'll add a little bit in the middle, and then go ahead and spread that on out. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add our banana layer here. Now, I don't have a special way that I go about setting up my layers for my banana pudding. So if you want the bananas to show alongside, you can. I personally don't, because I don't want the bananas to turn brown. But I'm sure if everyone's eating it that same day, it would look very pretty along with the cookies on the side of the bowl. Give it a nice little decorative thing. All right, so we're sticking up a few more bananas here. We're gonna get ready to start on our next layer. Okay, there we go with our second layer. We're gonna go ahead and put on top of our cookies. Now, if I'm doing this incorrectly or there's a special way that's supposed to be done with banana pudding, go ahead and put it in the comments. Let me know. Teach me something new. I find it a little easier to line the cookies up first, but it's all in what you like. It all goes down the same way. So I'm gonna go ahead and line up some more cookies. Now, and this will be the layer that I'm gonna add a chessman cookies to. All right, we got our last layer on, and then we're gonna add our bananas. We crushed up both cookies and crumbled it on the top. We lined our last layer with chessman cookies around the banana pudding. And we just gonna try to make it pretty. I am not a artist in this regard. I just did what I felt, and I thought it looked pretty cool. Once I was done did that, then I had one more thing that I wanted to add, and that is the Ghirardelli salted caramel on the top of the banana pudding. When I say this pudding, I don't even have words. Like, it was so good. Next time I do it, I do want to have a layer of the chessman at the bottom that's alongside the glass container. Still line it up with the vanilla wafer at the bottom, but so instead of you seeing the vanilla wafer stacked on top of each other and then the chessman, I want to do the chessman, the vanilla wafers, and then the chessman again. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is the finished product.